Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to our Doctor Who adventures. Now we're up to the fifth Doctor, and I will introduce you to Peter Davison, who is the fifth Doctor. Before he became the fifth Doctor, he was in a series called All Creatures Great and Small, and now they've done a revamp of it. So this is his era of Doctor Who. He started from 1982 to 1984, and this is Castava, whatever. And now the Doctor's regeneration was going a bit wrong, so they had to go to this so-called planet and get his energy back and that. And lo and behold, Adrit had been kidnapped by the Master, and he set up this fictitious planet with the people, as you can see. And he was making everybody believe that it was him, because he wanted to trap the Doctor. So this ran from the 4th of January to the 12th of January 1982. And for our next adventure, put me teeth in, we are 4 to Doomsday, where the TARDIS materialised on a ship. Now, as you see, the creature, and that thing is a monocular. It's like a camera what was following them about it. And these was people, they was going back to Earth and taking people and turning them into robots, and all what was left of them was like a chip. And they went back every to Earth, so many, because the Doctor was trying to return Tegan back to Earth in 1982, and these people was controlling these Earthlings, but all that was left of them was a chip, like a little chip. As you can see, there was like a robot, part robot. And this was our second episode, and this was from the 18th of January to the 26th of January 82. So for our next venture, the Kimber. So the Doctor landed on this planet where the Tegan fell asleep, and she got taken over by the Kimber or whatever, and this was some snake thing, and this ran from 1st of February to the 9th of February 82, and this was our third episode with the Doctor, and as you can see, the aliens, the tribe and that. And our next adventure is the Vandras, and this was set in medieval Earth, and in the year 1666 England, and at the end it's with these aliens what was trying to kill Earth with this disease and that, and controlling the people, that's the alien and that, and they was trying to destroy the people, and it ended up with starting a fire in Pudding Lane, the Great Fire of London. And this ran from the 15th of February to the 23rd of February 82. And for our next adventure is the Black Orchid. This is where they land on, the TARDIS lands on station, and they end up going to a party, and they all dress up as costumes, and the Doctor, as you can see, he's dressed up there. But what happened, it was someone else who was dressed up who is slightly mad, and as you can see on the back, because what's the name? Nissa, the person whose party it was, she looks like Nissa, and this ran from March the 1st to the 2nd, and it looked like they've started putting them on like the weekday, because it's the 2 parts, and it was on the one day and the next day. So this was 1st and 2nd of 82. So for our next one, we are up to Earthshock, and this introduced us to the Cybermen again, because what happened, Adric wanted to go back to his people back in East Space, and he had an argument, and they landed in this cave with Nissan and Tegan and Adric and the Doctor, and there was a time bomb on there, and they went back and found the ship where the Cybermen was on, and the Cybermen set the ship to explode. But Adric got to take part of the bomb off and made it go back into time. And at the end, the ship crashed into Earth at the time of the dinosaurs. And as that ends, that's where Adric gets killed. Now, this is the first in this season that some companion never got killed, and Tegan and Nissan was upset about it because they couldn't go back and save Adric. And this ran from we are from the 8th of March to the 16th of March 82. So then we're up to the time flight. What happened, what the story behind this one was Concorde, and it was disappearing into the past. And lo and behold, as you can see, this person turned out to be the master, and he had enthroned some creatures on this planet, and controlling the people by making them believe that there is still on Earth and that, but they had gone back in time, and the Doctor had to take the TARDIS into Concorde and transfer back into time to destroy them. And at the end of this, they left Heathrow, and Tegan was left marooned back on Earth. That was the end of that season. And then we come to the Arc Affinity. Now, this story involved Tegan's nephew, and Tegan was got involved with it because she came looking for a nephew, and the Doctor was stuck, and it ended up with the Doctor going back to Gallifrey. And as you can see, and in this is to do with what's his name? Let me call it Seafy. I can't think of his name, because the High Council will put the Doctor on trial because of it, but it wasn't him who's doing it. It was I can't think of his name, but he appeared in the 3rd Doctor's season with the 3 Doctors, and it was him who was trying to take over the Doctor's body, and it was set partly his cousin, Nissan's cousin, was missing in Amsterdam, and this is all set round that, and the Doctor being taken over because he wants this alien wanted to take his body of that, and they destroyed him and that ran from the 3rd of January to the 12th of January 1983. So we're into the next season. Now, next is Snake Dance, and this is where the episode with the Kimber and the snake and that comes back because Tegan is having dreams of it, and as you can see, there's a young picture of Martin Coombs, later to be in the series of Doc Martin, and this is where he was like viceroy or something, and he had the power and that, and the snake was trying to take over him and that, this fairy tale and that, and as you can see in the back of it, and this ran from 18th of January to the 26th of January 1983. Now our next one is where we get our new companion, because it ends up with 3 companions, and this is where Taylor gets involved with I think it's the Black Guardian, because he's at a boarding school, and at the same time the Brigadier is teaching there, and because they're on this ship, the Doctor lands on this ship, they go through this time thing back and find that the Doctor is split in, not the Doctor, I mean the Brigadier is split into 2, as you can see on there, and his memory's slightly gone. So these people, the undead, modern undead, wanted to take all the Doctor's regeneration to help them regenerate themselves. So this ran from 1st of February to the 9th of February 1983. And for our next one, because this sort of ended up as a trilogy, and this is oh, I can't say the name, but if you could see, and this was to do with the Black Guardian, because he wanted Taylor to kill the Doctor. Excuse me. And they ended up on this ship in between the TARDIS and that, and they defeated this. They ended up on this space station where they had this disease, and this is where we say goodbye to Nissan, and that is where the Doctor thinks he's defeated the Black Guardian and that, and as you can see on the back, the creature, this big creature. This ran from the 15th of February to the 21st of February 2023. I mean 1983, not 2023. So this is the final 3-part episode of this season, this story, and it's called The Enlightenment. And what it is, that the Doctor and the companions land on the ship, and Taylor's got this crystal, what has been controlling him by the Black Guardian, because he wanted him to kill the Doctor from what he did in the Key in Time. And these ships was racing for the Enlightenment, a prize at the end, a deadly race, because each ship got destroyed, and the villain was a pirate woman, and Tegan had the crystal in her, as you can see on the head, this crystal what was like a bomb. So they had to destroy that. So at the end, the Black Guardian and the White Guardian turned up, and they was going to give Taylor the power, and he didn't want it, so he just knocked the crystal out or whatever, and everything exploded. And this ran from March the 1st to the 9th of March 83. Now for our next one, we come to the King's Demon, and as you see, it's the Master turned up. So they land on Earth in 1215, where King John is visiting the castle of Sir Rupert's Castle Fitzwilliam, and the TARDIS arrives, and the Master has got a creature called Chameleon, who is pretending to be King John. So the Doctor outwits the Master and takes Chameleon away, and this ran from the 15th of March to the 16th, two-parter again, and that is the end of that season. So for a very special anniversary one, they did a 5 Doctors. Now all Doctors appeared in, even William Hartnell, because they even had a stand-in for William Hartnell. It starred Peter Davison, John Pertwee, Patrick Troughton, Russell Hunter. He was portraying the First Doctor, and Tom Baker. He did a appearance. How they did his was they sort of used the part from the episode what was never filmed, and the special, and William Hartnell at the beginning from the clip from the episode of the Dalek invasion. And there are 2 versions on this, the original version and the special edition version with the extras on it. So this came out on the 25th anniversary 1983. It was a special for it, and then they did a extended special edition in 1995 with special features. So that was and then we come to the Warriors of the Deep. Now this brought back the Sea Devils, and this was set Earth 2085, and 2 global superpowers was locked in horns in the war, a brink of war, when the TARDIS has is forced to make a unplanned visit to the sea base 4. So the Doctor, Tegan, Nyssa, Tegan and Tyler have to fight the Sea Devils and that. And this ran from January the 5th to the 13th of January 1984. Our next one is the Awakenment. This is where the TARDIS go back to Earth in 1984 to a little village called, I can't pronounce the village, because they was going to visit Tegan's father, and they get involved in a small village's reenactment of a war from the 1643, and this creature, as you can see in the corner, is using the power to, take over and that and destroy everything. He was hidden in the village church, and they had to destroy the church. And this ran from where are we? The 19th to the 20th of January 84. Now, our next one is Earthshock. Now, the TARDIS is drawn into the end of the universe, and they get drawn into this planet where there are survivors from Earth's last survival race, and they have to fight these creatures, as you can see in the picture. And the TARDIS is all split, all split into pieces, and they have to put it back together. And in the end, they take the creature to a planet where it can do no harm. And this was shown from the 24th of January to the 3rd of March 84. So for our next one, it is the resurrection of the Daleks. And as you can see, Davros is turned up. This is what happens, that there is they are still fighting the other androids, and it's set in London, in the part of London in 1984, and there's like a time corridor with backling. That's where the TARDIS gets trapped in, and they end up landing, and the Daleks are looking for their creator Davros to help them to fight to stop this virus and that, and they recruit this soldier. He's dressed up as a police officer. He's a mercenary, and this ran from the 9th to the 11th of February 84. So Tegan leaves the Doctor, and it's just Taylor. So this next one is Planet of Fire, and it introduced us to our new companion, and that is Perry. And they end up going to a planet there are survivors of Taylor's own race, and lo and behold, the Master is involved because he wants to use the power to try and regenerate himself, and he is using Chameleon again. Just this is the time that we find this mystery when Chameleon falls under the control and power of the Master, the mind of the Master again, and he wants this gas to try and help him revive, because he's made himself small and it all falls out. So this is the very last one, last but one, and Taylor goes back with his people, and this ran from the 21st of February to the 2nd of March 1984. So we come to the very last episode of our season of the 5th Doctor, and this is the Cage of Azurana, where the Doctor lands on this planet where there are volcanoes and that. And as you can see, the one chap with the mask, and he's like got these terrorist threats, Jack something, and they are hunting him, but the person who's the villain is who's funding the terrorists and trying to set them against to find Jack something, and the doctor gets the illness, but he cannot. He gets the antidote, and he gives it to Tegan, and this is where the doctor regenerates into his next doctor, and this ran from the 9th of March to the 9th of March, yes, to the 16th of March 84, and this is the very end of our visit with our doctor of Peter Davison season. So this is where I say a farewell to Peter Davison and his doctor, and this is where we say goodbye to the 5th Doctor, and I bid you a farewell, and this is the end, and stay tuned for our 6th Doctor to the next time we talk about. So I bid you a farewell, and if you enjoyed this and you enjoy my other videos, you are welcome to come and join me and come and be my band of followers and my journey and my adventures and that, and my talks and that. You are more than welcome to stop by and come a friend and that, and follow my stories and that. I bid you a farewell wherever you watch and whenever you watch this video, and look after each other, and I'll say goodbye.